What is going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back for another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon AlteRed, and today's challenge will be, can I beat Pokemon AlteRed using only gift Pokemon? Now, a lot of you have been actually suggesting this ROM hack for a little bit now, so I got around to finally playing it. And my biggest concern about this ROM hack is that I'm afraid that it's going to be a reskin of the original Pokemon Fire Red, so that's why I've been a bit iffy on trying it out. But of course, we're finally on it, and this challenge will be using gift Pokemons. Now, the only rule set for this is that I can't catch any Pokemon, I can't trade for any Pokemon. I have to get each Pokemon gifted to me or bought. We'll use that exception to the rules. We have to buy our Pokemon and now count as a gift. And of course, the second rule of this challenge will be I cannot use items inside a battle. I don't think they let me use items inside a battle, but I mean, just to make sure. Also, the final and most important rule of each challenge will be naming all my Pokemon after you guys in the comments. So here are the comments I picked for this challenge video. Thank you so much for leaving a comment in the previous challenge video. If you guys want to be nicknamed after my Pokemon in my future challenge video, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you guys are down there, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one. Also, challenge ROM hacks, of course. I have a Xenoverse coming up next sooner or later. And yeah, and also subscribe if you guys are not already. I'm very close to 20k and it'll greatly mean a lot to me, so hit that subscribe button. Anyways, enough of my rambling, let's get into the challenge itself. So to begin off the challenge, there is the Venusaur, the blazing Venusaur that I want to have for my challenge. It's a fire type, it's just a reskin of Bulbasaur, and it's a title screen Pokemon, so of course we're going to use it. We actually take a fat L at the start against the Seamander, so we just got to restart. I want the XP from this Charmander, or Seamander, this water type Charmander. A lot of these Pokemon are like fusion based Pokemon. As you can see in Route 1, I'm just looking at it, and this is like 3 of them together. This looks like a Pidgey and Bagon together, so I mean it looks like a bunch of fusion mons. They have different abilities and different typing, so that's kind of cool. This is what is this? It's a Poochyena mixed up with something, but it's cool, little fusion Pokemon. I feel like they are taking fusion Pokemon to another level by putting it into ROM hacks, which is cool. We're gonna beat our rival right here in Viridian City as well. He has one of those scary looking Bagons, and the Seamander, I mean, the final evolution looks kind of cool. We'll get to that point eventually, but I want to actually go back and play this game once more and play with the Squirtle, because I didn't see anything with the Squirtle in this playthrough. I want to preface that this is my first time playing it. It's obviously going to be blind, and I'm covering a lot of features in the game as well. And facing off against this double battle, if you do not have a second Pokemon, of course, they actually just duplicate your Pokemon and let you go into the double battle. Only one of your Pokemon gets the XP. You don't get double XP, which is I wish it was cool where you get double XP, but it is what it is. And we're gonna head into Viridian Forest. I guess we get a bunch of odd looking Pokemon in here, and this is just a giant bee. I don't think this is even a Pokemon. This is a bee. This is just a moving bee. That's about it. So once we actually head into the first town of the game with this first gym of the game, our Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur. I don't know what it's called, but it's a fire Ivysaur, and we're gonna face off against Brock. We're just gonna use Ember against all his Pokemon. All his Pokemon's obviously gonna be rock types with a lot of different different looking forms. This Makahita kind of burns me out a little bit, but we knock out the Makahita. And then there's rock ice thing. I don't know what it is, but it's neutral to fire moves, so I'm able to knock it down. But the final Pokemon is this electric Carvanha thing, which will eventually knock me out. So I gotta do some training in the back, come back. Finally got a new strategy to do. So against this first Pokemon, the Tyro, I gotta smoke screen it so it misses all his moves. Once I get enough smoke screens up, I'm able to iron defense against him to get my defense up, and then I'm ready to go. From there, I'm able to knock out the Tyro rock type thing, this odd looking thing, but I'm able to knock him out, and then he's gonna sound as Margarita. I'm able to smoke screen, avoid the leech seed from him, which is odd, he has a leech seed, but I'm able to knock him out using Ember. Once that's done, I'm able to fight against this rock ice thing again. I knock it out in 2 shots, as you can see, and then finally against the bulk Carvanha, 2 shots and knock it out, and we beat Brock. Kind of over level, but it kind of be like that. We're gonna head into Mount Moon, and we're gonna actually purchase ourselves a Magikarp. This Magikarp is this thing is odd looking, but it's more than just a Magikarp. It's more like a Dragon Carp. is very angry for no reason. We're gonna put the lucky egg on it. We get the lucky egg at the start as our starter Pokemon, which I forgot to mention, but we're able to train up this thing pretty well. It actually learns some decent moves. As you can see, it learns Ember. It's also a fire type, which is interesting to say the least. We're gonna go back, train up the Magikarp, and then finally head into Mount Moon, where we're able to beat through it fairly easily. We get all the items in here. There's not too much. There is a bunch of odd looking things. There is a Starmie, the Staryu thing that looks kind of odd. It's just it's a crustacean at this point. Anyways, we're gonna clear through Mount Moon pretty nicely, and then we're gonna head against Misty in her own gym. Now Misty's gonna be the water type just like always, and unfortunately our team is not good to handle that. Fire Ivysaur is just trying to do its best. It's actually gonna eventually knock out 3 of his Pokemon, which is cool. We're able to get a burn on this little squid gulping thing. Unfortunately, we're not able to beat the Starmie, and through a lot of attempts we get knocked out by the rest of her Pokemon, so obviously this is not going to work out. Her Jinx is very annoying, and as you can see, it one-shots everything on my team through multiple attempts, so we have to come back a bit later. We got to train in Vermilion City, get our Magikarp to level 30, not 20 apparently. So once we get to level 30, we're able to evolve our Magikarp into a Gyarados, which is actually a fire dragon type, and also has Dragon Rage. So that's kind of cool. We're gonna use that, and we're gonna head back into Misty's gym right here. Misty's gym, of course, it's gonna be so much easier because Magikarp has Dragon Rage. Doing 40 damage at a time in the beginning of the game is very nice. As you can see, I two-shot everything on her team. I swaggered down the little gulping thing, but I don't know why it didn't Dragon Rage. It's two-shotted, so it's a bit interesting thought process. Anyways, we're gonna two-shot, knock out the gulping. Then the Stantler, water Stantler thing that looks like a Cobalion comes out next. We're gonna three-shot it using Dragon Rage, of course. We gotta save one, use Scald against it, knock it out. Then it's gonna send out its Jinx next, looks like a mermaid. And we're gonna swagger it, actually able to do 1 piece of damage with it, use a Scald and then burn it, and then it's gonna knock me out in return. We're gonna send out our Venusaur next. We are gonna hit ourselves in confusion, but luckily the burn will knock him out, so we get the second gym badge, and we have 2 fully evolved Pokemon, so we're kind of overpowered at this moment. We can go through the SSN, we're gonna clear through this very nicely and get all the items in here, and then face off against our rival. He has a giant egg. What is this? Is this the, I think that is the egg Pidgey. So they're mixing together the Shelgon and the Pidgeotto, which is interesting. It's just a giant egg. That looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster, but don't quote me on that. Then the crazy sea Charmeleon comes out next. It looks demonic. We're gonna beat that down, and then this this disgusting looking Snorlax is gonna get owned. So we beat Gary pretty easy with his disgusting looking team. And from there, we're going to clear through the SSN and face off against Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge is going to be the electric-type gym leader of the game, and we're going to use our Venusaur against him as he sends out his Eelix, his Onix that's an eel, that's an Electros. We're gonna Flamethrower and knock him out in one shot. Then we're going to Flamethrower and knock out his Lanoon thing looking next. After that, he's going to send out his Zangoose. We're going to knock it out in 2 shots. He has speed boost and electric move, so we're able to knock that thing out. Then we knock out his Vigoroth, and then finally his Fearoat. We'll get knocked out in 1 shot because we're over level, of course, and we beat Lieutenant Surge. From there, though, we are actually going into the route right before Rock Tunnel, which is actually completely remade, and it's kind of a little puzzle. The only puzzle thing is if you go to a different door besides the furthest right door, you go into the wrong door. So just go to the furthest right, and you actually end up in the right location. Once you're there, you're gonna head into Rock Tunnel, and Rock Tunnel is actually not different at all. Outside of Rock Tunnel, there's some interesting Pokemon. There's a Goomba out here, which that's not even a Pokemon. They're just taking Mario characters at this point. But right there, we're gonna head into Rock Tunnel, and Rock Tunnel is not really changed at all. The trainers are changed, but the layout is not, and you also don't need Flash for this. And also, did I mention Cut? Gyarados can learn Cut, and Cut is a grass move. So that's an interesting tidbit of information. Anyways, from there, we're going to beat Rock Tunnel, and we're going to actually head into the next part of the game. We actually get trapped in this little detour from Celadon City into this mushroom place. This mushroom palace will have a lot of Parasects and Breadlooms, a lot of mushroom Pokemon that I assume that will be useful. I actually jump off the ledge, and then I head back into Vermilion City and Pewter City. So I have to go all the way back through Rock Tunnel and all that. So we're gonna pick up some items while we're here anyways, and then finally head back to Celadon City and not go through that detour. Once we're in Celadon City, though, there is a Pokemon we can pick up, which is gonna be the Eevee, which is actually Riolu as a purple Riolu. And since it is a Riolu, I assume we are going to need to put the Soothbell on it and evolve it through Happiness. is a poison dark type, which is interesting at the very least, but I don't really want it. But it is a gift Pokemon, so we gotta have to try it out anyways. We're going into the department store, but I assume so all the stones would not be useful at all, but I just want to double check just in case, and maybe a Pokemon further down the line will actually use them, so it's better to have them than not to have them. And then from there, we're actually going to head into Erika's gym next. Erika's gym is going to be obviously the grass type gym. It's not changed, but the Pokemon in here are completely changed. Unfortunately for her though, 2 of our 3 Pokemon right now are fire type, so we're just going to take this chance to train up our Riolu. As you can see, this grass Quagsire, I assume it's not going to do any damage, so I'm going to switch into my Venusaur and then Flamethrower and knock him out in 2 shots? No, 1 shot. So we beat the Quagsire, then he's going to send out this odd looking hedgehog of Pilot Swine, Marshall Swine. So we're gonna destroy that thing. Luckily I take a hit from the bubble beam. I don't know why. Is it water and fire? Yeah, it is water and fire, so we knock it out in 2 shots. And then I don't think my Riolu can take a hit, but I chanced it with the Corsola, so Flame will knock him out, and then the final Pokemon with the Milotic and Gyarados will finish that off pretty easily. Our Riolu is getting up in levels pretty nicely. We actually put 10 proteins on it, so it should be pretty useful. We're gonna limit ourselves to 1 Pokemon only available to catch in the game corner, so we're gonna actually choose the cheapest option, which is the Abra, and we're gonna cross our fingers the Abra can actually evolve without needing anything else like an evolution through link trade. So we're gonna cross our fingers for that. I hate that there is even like an evolution through link trade thing at all. I think Pokemon is so dumb for having that. But anyways, that tangent over. We're gonna face off against this Rocket Grunt in the game corner. We're gonna beat this Rocket Grunt, and then we're gonna turn level 30 on our Riolu, and then we evolve into the Lucario. I don't know if it's level 30 or it's happiness at this point, because of course it had to evolve at level 30. So I don't know if I was right with my guess of being friendship or it's level 30. So we're gonna have to deal with that. We're gonna face off against Giovanni. We're actually gonna howl using our new Kadabra that we evolved from the Abra, and we're actually gonna destroy everything. This Abra is a physical attacker, which is kind of cool. It's completely different from conventional Abras and Kadabras, so that's kind of cool. I have that on my team, but that's an extra dark type, so we have 2 fire types and 2 dark types, which I want some more variety on there, but I don't think we're gonna get that anytime soon. We're gonna beat Giovanni pretty easily as our Kadabra goes down, but we're finally getting head into Lavender Town, where this is a bunch of ghost plays. We're gonna beat our rival once more. Our rival is completely useless at this point, but we're actually gonna beat our rival, and our Kadabra is actually gonna evolve into an Alakazam in this place. So that's pretty nice. We have an Alakazam now. We don't need a link trade stone or anything like that, and we have a physical attacker Alakazam. We're not gonna see much use of him, I'll be honest, because there's a lot of things to train up and can stay at a consistent level, so we gotta be careful of that. But once we're done with that, we're actually gonna head down into Fuchsia City after clearing through the Lavender Tower. Once we are done with that, we're gonna clear through Cycling Road, get some more trading on our Pokemon. We're close to level 50. Well, not really. We're at like 40s, low 40s, and like our Riolu, our Lucario is still like mid 30s, so we're not close to 50, but our Venusaur is the highest level at 46. So we're gonna head into Fuchsia City, and then we're gonna face off against Koga. Conventionally, normally it's supposed to go Erika, Koga, Sabrina, but most of the time people go Erika, Sabrina, Koga. So Koga is going to be the highest level gym leader for a long time because we went out of order. Technically we're going in the right order, but we're in the right, the game is in the wrong. But we're gonna face it off against Koga. It's a double battle fight. We're gonna fake out his Dusclops as our Venusaur does a lot of work on the Dusclops. We're gonna knock out the Dusclops, and then we're gonna leave the Altaria for some reason. Eruption will do a lot of damage to the Golduck, and also put down the Altaria as the Mantine comes out. This mean looking Mantine. He also has his own Lucario. It looks pretty nice, can't lie. But Eruption is not going to do a lot of damage to it, as our Dark Pulse and Flamethrower against the Mantine. It's not doing a lot of damage, but eventually we do knock it down. And then we're actually going to knock out the Gliscor, but it's going to knock out my Lucario. Then I'm going to send out my Gyarados as he knocks out my Venusaur finally. So my Venusaur actually goes down at one point, so that's interesting. We're able to double attack the Lucario as he's running out of healing items, and we're actually going to be able to knock out Koga, and we get the 6th gym badge. So we're in order in terms of the badge collection, but we're out of order in terms of level, because this is the highest level we're going to get for a little bit. As we head into the Safari Zone, we're going to get all the items in here. Nothing for us in here in terms of new Pokemon, but in terms of items, we get the Gold Teeth, where we get HM Strength for, and we also get HM Surf, which most of our Pokemon can't learn, which is great, I guess. Anyways, from there though, we're gonna finally head into Silph Co. Silph Co is gonna be overrun by Team Rocket members, of course. We're gonna go through the normal route, we're gonna clear through it, get the car key, and then clear through it top to the bottom, get all the items, most importantly get the rare candies, because that's gonna be useful going down the line. From there though, we're actually going to floor 2, and we accidentally replace one of our Alakazam's greatest moves with Destiny Bond, so that is a problem. So we have to actually go back in the middle of our heist. We have to go back, teach our Alakazam Thief, and then thief a bunch of big mushrooms from the Breloons and Parasects in this little patch of grass in the mushroom area of the game. We're gonna finally get our Kadabra Night Slash back instead of Destiny Bond. Destiny Bond can come in handy down the line, but we don't need it right now. Anyways, we can go back into Silph Co, and then we're gonna face off against Gary. Gary is gonna have his fully evolved team, which is actually kind of dangerous. His own fire types, which I think is a victory belt, is gonna get put down. Then his sea anatomy will be put down as well, and then his sea lizard, his sea Charizard thing. It looks like one of the Pokemons from Pokemon Snakewood. It's gonna actually put down my Venusaur, as my Alakazam will put it down in return. And then this Ariados recolor will be knocked out with my Alakazam. Finally, we get to see the Pidgeot Salaman's creation. We put it down pretty easily, and then we'll actually meet against this scientist. Will give us a Pokemon himself. It's a chair. We're gonna opt out in using this chair. I don't want to use this chair because it looks kind of odd. So we're gonna have to rely on the fossil Pokemons we have in the back that we picked up through Mount Moon and in Pewter City. We're not gonna use this chair. It looks odd. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, but the design looks odd, and it's also a dark type. I don't want that. So we're gonna face off against Giovanni once more, and he's gonna send out his really cool Kabutops, which I assume we're gonna get one of those soon. We're gonna Earth Power, knock him out using Nasty Plot, and then Flamethrower, knock out the Viper, knock out the Dodrio, and then he's gonna send out his giant flame Tangrowth that goes down. Jeez, that's scary. This Mawile bird thing will have to go down as well, and I don't know what this is, but we're gonna two-shot it, and we're not gonna talk about it. That thing is odd. Giovanni's team is crazy looking, and I don't know how to commentate that, to be honest. Anyways, we're gonna head into the next gym, which is Sabrina's gym. Going in order, of course, the Psychic gym. We're gonna clear through it pretty nicely. We have multiple Dark type Pokemon, so there should be no problem at all. We're gonna do some training with the trainers in here, and then we're gonna face off against Sabrina herself. Sabrina herself is going to be the Psychic type gym leader, and we're going to use Howl as our first move. We're going to take a nasty Moonblast to the face, but luckily Night Slash will just destroy everything. We're going to destroy our first Pokemon. Her Tesla Charged Houndoom will go down as well. Her Machamp, that looks like kind of odd, will go down. Her Skarmory will also go down, and then her last two Pokemon will be this odd Solrock looking thing, and of course this giant Swallow thing will go down as well. So the Howl and Night Slash combination knocks out Sabrina in one shot of each of her Pokemon, and we're done with Sabrina. So from here though, we're gonna actually head into Cinnabar Island, and Cinnabar Island will have some nice Pokemon for us. We're gonna actually pick up this Ho-Oh looking thing from our Helix fossil, which is odd because I thought that would come from the old Amber. And then our next Pokemon from the old Amber will be this Parasect looking thing, this mosquito looking thing, and we're gonna do a lot of training from it. We need some catch up. We're at level 50, they're at level 5, so we're gonna do a lot of training in this little area. North of each Pokemon Center, there is an area where you can train up with. That's a nice place to train up from. I'm glad they gave us the Lucky Egg because it actually comes in handy a lot. As you can see, I do a lot of training in here. And finally, after that, we're going to head into the Pokemon Mansion. We're going to do more training in here with our little insect thing. And then we're going to finally face off against Blaine, the 7th gym leader of the game, the Fire type gym leader. We're going to start with our Ho-Oh looking thing, or Shadow Ho-Oh, as you will say. You can send out his Crobat. This is demonic. This is a demonic Crobat that has drought and all. We're actually going to destroy this demonic Crobat. Rock Blast will knock it out in 3 shots. And then he's going to send out his Artillery. He's a general. This is a pea-shooter from Plants vs. Zombie. He's going to survive my Rock Blast. Unfortunately for that, we're actually going to send out our Gyarados. We're going to knock it out in return. His Houndoom is also a Russian spy. He's going to Leech Seed me, which is odd because that's a grass move. He's going to knock me out in return. So this is getting a bit close. So we got to be careful with that. We're going to send out our Venusaur next. We're going to Earth Power the Manectric spy thing. We're going to knock it out in 1 shot. And then he's going to send out his Fortress. We're going to knock out the Fortress in 1 shot. Then he's going to send out his Samurant, his Crawdaunt Samurai, which is cool. I think all of them has a unique general feel, like a soldier feel to them, which is a cool design wise and cool team. Then he's going to send out his necrotic what is this? Necrotomic Electivire thing. It's going to knock out my Venusaur, which is fine. I'm going to send in my Alakazam next. He's going to be confused, and then we're going to Night Slash him, knock him out. Apparently it's super effective, but you know what? It is what it is with that. From there though, I want to do some more adventuring, so we're actually going to say yes to Bill's offer of going to the Sevi Islands. We're going to clear through this pretty nicely, get our Ho-Oh and our insect mosquito thing to a nice level of 50. We're going to do Hydro Pump on our Ho-Oh, which is nice. And then we're going to clear through this nicely. We're going to do all the little tasks in the islands. We're going to go through each island, get all the items of course, and we're going to get some new moves and a lot of XP. After that, we should be fine. We're going to head back into Viridian City, where the final gym of course is, the 8th gym of the game. We're going to clear through that, get some more XP on Pokemon, and then face off against Giovanni. Giovanni is actually going to be the first gym leader in a bit to hand out our first L. Giovanni is a double battle, and as you can see, he's actually going to bully me down and put me out. So what we're going to do is restart and face off against Giovanni. We're going to start out with our insect looking thing and our Venusaur. We're going to Giga Drain the Kingler, and then we're going to Lava Storm, which hits both of the adjacent Pokemon, which is the Medicham and the crazy looking Cradily. It also has a chance to paralyze, so we paralyze the Cradily. Then we're going to Lava Storm once more. Our Ho-Oh unfortunately has no eyes and it misses its move, which is fine. We're going to knock out the Cradily using our Lava Storm. And then we're going to pray Ho-Oh can attack for some reason. Ho-Oh is able to knock out the Viper, and we're able to paralyze the Medicham. We're able to almost double KO the Medicham and the weird looking thing. He can sound his Dojo next, as his Medicham is on 1 HP. So I assume I'm going to Hydro Pump and then knock out the Dojo. I missed the Hydro Pump, of course I do. Then it's going to Earthquake, knock out my Venusaur, because Ho-Oh is awful. Anyways, we're going to try to hit one Hydro Pump. And we're also going to try to use Surf to knock out the Medicham. Does not work. We're able to knock out the Dojo though. And then we're going to try to this is a complete mess. It takes forever just to knock out this Medicham. And it's his first Pokemon. But eventually we're able to knock him out. And we get the next gym badge, which is the final gym badge. So we qualify for the Elite Four, of course. And before we do, we're going to face off against our rival. Our rival is going to get smoked by our Ho-Oh. As you can see, Ho-Oh goes crazy and we actually destroy his team just like that. So, once we beat our rival once again, we're going to head into Victory Road. Now, Victory Road is filled with a completely different puzzle. There is no string puzzles, they are just straight battles. So, we have to clear through all the battles in here. And we actually blacked out once, I believe, and that's kind of embarrassing because I don't remember the last time I blacked out in Victory Road in Kanto. So of course it's gonna be a pain. We gotta come back, of course. We're gonna clear through it. Eventually we're gonna clear through all the trainers in here. It's a pain. Jesus, I'm skipping through this, and this took a long time. This took longer than playing the game, I swear. We actually go into this area where it looks like a Cerulean Cave too. So a lot of these trainers are very good. So that's a pain. We're actually going to head into the game corner after this and get some TMs for our Pokemon, and then go back into the Poke Centers where they relearn Pokemon moves. And we're actually going to put Destiny Bond on our Alakazam, which can be useful in the coming future, of course. We also got Ice Beam on our Ho-Oh, which will be useful going forward, and that's about it. So from there, we're going to face off against the Elite Four. The Elite Four is kind of an easy drawing. So we're going to face off against Lorelei first. She's going to be the Ice type Elite Four member. Her team is looking odd. It looks kind of cool though. I wish some of these Pokemon were real, but they look kind of odd. So we're going to start off with our Lucario. We're going to Superpower against the Probopass, and we're obviously going to Flamethrower against the Torgo. The Torgo is going to protect itself. We're going to one-shot the Probopass, which is kind of funny. Then he's going to send out his Maractus looking thing. I'm going to try to Flamethrower it. It has Flash Fire as the Torgo used Parasong. So I am kind of stuck in here. Maractus still has Flash Fire, so we're going to switch out both our Pokemon to avoid the Parasong, obviously. Then we're going to use Dark Pose and Superpower. We're going to get close to knocking out the Miss Magius, and then we're going to do it once again. We're going to get a double KO, obviously. Or attempt to, because Miss Magius apparently is weak to Poison Jab. Did not know that. Anyways, he's going to send out his Maractus once more and his Delcatty. We're able to Dark Post and then Superpower knock out the Delcatty. And then he's going to Fire Blast, knock out my Lucario. But my Venusaur is in the back, and we're going to double attack the Maractus to get a KO on it, and we beat Lorelei. It's an interesting ROMHACK, I gotta say that. There are some points where I don't know how to commentate this because some of the Pokemons are so just out there. I can't really have a description on it, so I use his base name. Anyways, we're gonna face off against Bruno next. Bruno is gonna start off with his pirate looking Granbull, and our Gyarados is gonna use Skull. It's trying to burn it. It finally gets it, but again, he could use items. We can't. I'm gonna send in my bug mosquito looking thing that I got from the old Amber, and it's gonna full restore itself and then switch out into this Nidoking block Jenga thing. So I'm gonna send in my Gyarados once again as he knocks out my mosquito. We're gonna knock out the Nidoking, and then we're gonna try and knock out the Granbull. Does not knock it out. Then we're gonna send out our Ho-Oh. Psychic will knock him out, and then I realize they're all fighting type. So this Glaceon Mienfoo thing will get knocked down as well, and then this Furret with a hand on his arm will get knocked out with a few shots, of course, or our Ho kind of takes some shots to the face. Bayonet will get shot in the face with a Hydro Pump, and this Weavile will knock me out with Smart Strike, but Venusaur's in the back. He misses side jump kick, and then I scald it, knock him out. And then the next Elite Four Chamber will be against Agatha. She can send out her odd looking Zatu, which is kind of cool. Should be a form. We're gonna knock it out using 2 shots of Scald. We're gonna try to Scald down the Pelipper. This Pelipper is demonic. We're gonna put that down real quick. It's gonna put down my Gyarados, unfortunately. Then we're gonna send out our Mosquito thing. I realize everything is just the same type, just reskin, and it's not too different. We are able to knock out most of our Pokemon using dark moves, and then we send out our Ho to get set up in front of the Super Bowl trophy looking Shedinja, and we're able to knock it out eventually. It does heal itself multiple times. It gets super annoying. It gets switched out luckily, but I'm able to knock out its Pokemon in the back. I get set up so far so I could one-shot everything in the back. Then it can send out its Shedinja once again, and then finally I'm able to knock it out using Ice Beam, and we beat Agatha. So from there though, we're going to face off against Lance. Lance is going to be the next Elite Four member, and of course, he's going to be a double battle fight, of course. He's going to send out his Rhyperior and his Gyarados. I assume so, they're all going to be Dragon type, so I'm going to send in my Venusaur and my Gyarados first. Dragon Tail will be super effective against the Gyarados. I know that's a threat, so we're going to double attack it, knock it out first. Then he's going to send out his Armado looking thing. It has wings, so I should assume that it's flying. It's going to knock out my Gyarados and do a chunky amount to my Venusaur, of course. Then I'm going to send in my Ho, which is going to Hydro Pump against it, which I'm going to do a chunky amount against. It's not super effective at all, and I'm going to Earth Power against the Rhyperior. It's not super effective at all. So now I got to use Ice Beam and Flamethrower against the opposing Pokemon. Get a double KO, which is great since I'm in Blaze mode, and I'm able to Hydro Pump the following other Pokemon. He's going to send out his Kabutops and his Tropius dragon looking thing, which is very cool. Gotta admit, that thing is looking cool. I'm gonna Ice Beam. It's super effective. Does not even do half. Then then my Venusaur unfortunately goes down, and I send in my Bug Mosquito thing and my Ho. We're gonna try to double attack the right side against the Tropius. We get it knocked out, which is great. Then it's gonna liquidate me and knock me out. Then I'm able to send in my Alakazam. I'm able to Psycho Cut and Ice Beam knock out the Tyranitar in the back. And then just Kabutops just start Dragon Dancing. Scares me. Unfortunately knocks out my Ho. And then I'm able to Superpower and then Psycho Cut, knock him out using my Lucario and Alakazam. So we being Lance from there. He kind of scares me a little bit. That caught me off guard. But so after that, we being Lance, and we're gonna face off against Gary. Gary is gonna be the final trainer we fight against in this challenge, and he's gonna be the champion. He's gonna send out with his Dust Tox thing. We're gonna 2-shot it using Scald and get a burn on it, so knock him out easily. He's gonna send out his Salamence Pidgeot bird thing. I'm gonna use Scald against it, try to get a burn. We get a burn. So we're gonna Dragon Tail, trying to slow it down its speed, and then of course get forward stored, and then we're trying to get a burn on it again. We missed a Dragon Tail, which is unfortunate, so my Gyarados goes down, and now this is a real battle because Gyarados is kind of the go-to Pokemon always. So anyways, we can send out our Ho next. We're gonna Ice Beam, knock out the bird thing. Then he's gonna send out his Fire Victory Roll. Hydro Pump will knock him out. His Grass looking Arachnid will get an Ice Beam to the face. Unfortunately, it Leaf Blades me, which is 4 times weak, and when he knocks out my Horo, which is unfortunate. We're gonna Flamethrower and knock out his Ariados. Then he's gonna send out his Sea Lizard, which is Charizard. I'm gonna try to Skull it. It does not work. He's gonna knock me out in 2 shots, which is unfortunate. Then I'm gonna send out my Mosquito thing. I'm gonna Giga Drain it. It's 2-shot. I 2-shot the thing, which is fantastic. I thought it was a flying type. It's not. I 2-shot it, knock him out. Then he's gonna send out his demonic Walrein. Jesus Christ, what is this thing? We're gonna try to Giga Drain it. Does not work. It's gonna 2-shot me using Flamethrower, of course. And then the thing in the back, we got Alakazam. We're gonna Destiny Bond in front of it. Things Outrage knocks me out, and we take down the Walrein with me, and we beat the champion of the game. And that's, it turns out pretty well for us. So I'm pretty happy with that run. Our Pokemon kind of weird looking. Kind of like it. It's finally falling on to me. Do I like this ROMHACK? I gotta say, it is pretty fun, I do admit. But learning new Pokemon is fun to do. Learning the new types, learning the new fusions and evolution is nice. But I feel like it's more of a reskin of Fire Red than anything. There's not much to it than just a reskin. So that's my take on it. I do enjoy the game, but I just think it could be more than that. They definitely add some different gyms or different Pokemon. They should have some documentations because I can't really find anything at all. There's not even a Pokedex for me. I know there's a bunch of forums and all, but I need some help. I had to guess on if my Lucario evolves at 30 or happiness, so that might be an issue. But I I enjoyed the game. I gotta say that. I enjoyed the game at the very least. The Pokemon are cool, and some of the designs caught me off guard, and they're actually really cool. So that's all I gotta say. So thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoy. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. My name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.